Welcome back, everyone, to Kyle's Financial News. I'm your host, Kyle, and I hope you're having a beautiful day. Not much going on in the markets today. It's pretty much business as usual, except for a couple new all-time highs. And we were talking about this in one of my videos last week about NVIDIA and about the S&P 500 and some of the indexes. It's not uncommon to just kind of get dips and reliefs in these extreme rallies that we have been dealing with in the previous few months. NVIDIA is up nearly 7% today, including aftermarket action. It has now overtaken Apple's place as the second largest company. We were talking about this exact scenario happening just days ago, just last week, I want to say Wednesday or Thursday, and I was claiming it was just a matter of days away, and here we are. So not much further to go, probably another, I'll have to check, probably another 20, 22, 25% or so to go before they are having a stab at Microsoft and taking over Microsoft. But I think it's entirely possible. The momentum on this company is just nuts, and it's just going up and up and up. Don't forget that they are doing their split here on the 10th, 11th, 10th or 11th. So you will wake up, if you own NVIDIA shares, you will wake up one morning and find your shares adjusted in your account. GameStop is up 20% today as well. Not really any catalyst for that. Expecting to maybe see something from Roaring Kitty or Mr. Gills on some update regarding his position or if he'd made a new post. Nothing. No news about that at all. So not sure if this is just market makers, running some stops and making a sweep. That's a pretty strong move though. They do have their earnings coming up here in the following week or two, but surprised to see it move that much today. It was moving pretty strong intraday. It was up about 8-10% in the morning. It dipped around lunchtime, and then it ripped all the way into the close, maybe going along with indexes and the rest of the market at the same time. NVIDIA is definitely carrying the brunt of the load at the moment. So QQQ, all-time highs today. NASDAQ, all-time highs today. S&P 500 broke all-time highs today. Bitcoin, BTC USD is about 3.5% shy of all-time highs, so we might see that here very shortly. The Bank of Canada cut its interest rate today by 0.25% to 4.75%. I don't really pay too much attention to Canada's economic situation, but I am curious to see how, just because of their perspective of their markets and being that we're close neighbors and we do a lot of trade with each other. There's some potential that maybe in the next coming meetings for us, we might be considering a rate cut. Now, that's certainly no guarantee. I mean, we have our interest rate at 5.5%, 5.25 to 5.5, and they only had theirs at 4.75. So we're not going to be identical, and that goes for Europe's economy as well. But if they are starting to alleviate some of the tightening of their economy, then maybe the indicators will start to show for us as well that we can start considering that too. So we will just have to continue paying diligent attention to economic data as it comes out. BlackRock and Citadel are partnering together as a part of an investment scheme to, no, not a scheme. They're joining together to try to open a stock exchange in Texas. It would be called the TXSE. There's both pros and cons to that, I suppose. Like, the cons are, do we really need it? I mean, we live in a digital world where everything is interconnected all the time. I suppose it doesn't hurt, having some redundancy and another connection point for our markets certainly doesn't hurt. They claim it's because they want to get away from some of the rules that the New York Stock Exchange mandates their companies abide by. So if anything, maybe if this does end up becoming a thing, and we do have a Texas stock exchange, maybe they will be a little bit more welcoming to general companies than New York is. So my understanding around that, or at least one of the bigger topics that I saw coming up, was that New York has a whole bunch of the New York Stock Exchange, at least, has a whole bunch of rules regarding how much DEI your company must be abiding by to qualify, and how much, how large your company must be, and how much income you must be making, and so on and so forth. So I suppose different qualifying rules for different markets is not a bad thing. Maybe it opens up the ability for the general public to more easily invest in smaller companies when they're still kind of going through their foundation phase, and that can result in a lot more investment growth for everybody. So we'll see. Texas is home to more Fortune 500 companies than any other state in the United States. So just a little fun fact there. Maybe it'll be positive. We'll have to stay tuned on that. So that's all I have today. Please comment and subscribe if you will. Please leave a like, and comment what you think about the markets hitting all-time highs. It was only last week that it was selling off pretty hard, and I made a video joking about how the world was ending and markets were fire selling and everybody was panic, and I said nothing to worry about. It's just totally normal kind of relief, and it's going to bounce back. And here we are. It was significantly sooner than I thought. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more content in the following days. Catch you later.